Division. Division means to share something equally. So if I have 20 of something and I want to share it with 4 friends, meaning I'm going to give each person the same amount, then that problem would be 20 divided by 4. There are 3 ways to write a division problem. This is one way represented here. I could write 20 divided by 4, or I could write 20 divided by 4. You notice the last way looks like a fraction. That's because fraction is just division. It's division of wholes normally, of a whole number by parts. So I'm going to represent this 20. So here in my place value chart, I have my 1s, I have my 10s. If you see here, that represents 20. The divisor, which is the number we're dividing by, the 20 is called the dividend. The number that we're dividing by is how many equal groups or how many groups you have in something. So if you can see here in my 10s, I only have 2 10s. So I cannot make a group of 4. So what I need to do is I need to trade my 10s for 1s. So I'm going to get 10 1s out of 1 10. So I'm going to draw 10. So what I did is I just traded it for 10. And I'm going to do the same thing for this one. I'm going to trade for 10. So if you look, now I have 20, except it's in form of 1s instead of 10s. So now I'm going to be able to circle groups of 4. This is oftentimes why you hear people say 4 won't go into 2, because that means we can't make 4 groups of 2 10s, but we can make 4 groups out of 1s, or group of 4 out of 1s. So here I'm going to circle groups of 4. So each group has a group of 4, and now you're going to count how many groups you have. How many are circled? You count, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now I have 5 groups of 4 in the 1s category. So my answer to 20 divided by 4 now becomes 5. And that's why, since I made the groups of 1s instead of 10s, that's why my 5 goes here. So all circled, I have 20 total circled, and I have none left over, meaning I have no remainders at all. So my answer to this problem is 5. Sometimes you will have a remainder though. Let's take that same problem, but we're going to change the dividend to 22. By the way, the answer you get when you divide is called the quotient. Let's say we have 22 and we want to divide that by 4. Okay? We're still going to represent it. So my 1s, my 10s. This would show 22. I have 2 10s and 2 1s. So now I'm going to break down my 10s into 1s just like I did. I'm going to trade. So now when you're looking at it, you can see that I've traded my 2 10s for groups of 1s. And now I'm going to go ahead and circle groups of 4. So I have 4 here, 4 here, 4 here, 4 here. And it's almost like the same, except I have these 2 1s left over. So when you have something left over, it's called a remainder. So I have 5 groups of 5 groups of 4 in the 1s category, with a remainder of 2 left over. And if I was going to write that on the in the different form, 22 divided by 4 is 5 groups of 4. That leaves me with 20 objects that are circled. When I subtract it, I have 2, which makes sense. Here's my 2 left over, shown right here in my picture. So that's a remainder of 2. And that is division with and without remainders.